Hi and welcome to Hard Ass Reviews. My name's Jeff Cummings and first I'd like to apologise for the eye-popping top that you can see at the moment, and can you believe it, I actually do have one in pink also. Well, I used to have one in pink, but today it is the green one in view with the orangey red glasses. Anyway, welcome to Hard Ass Reviews, and it's award season now. Now, it was the Golden Globes last night, and then obviously we'll be climbing through the BAFTAs, and then on from the BAFTAs to the Academy Awards, the Oscars. Now, at the Golden Globe Awards last night, Ed Redmayne won for his part in the Theory of Everything. I think that's the title, The Theory of Everything, which is the Stephen Hawking biopic. Now, the consensus is he's now, in the box seat for the Academy Awards and the BAFTAs. But there are a few other people I believe you should consider, and I thought that I'd take a few moments just to mention a few. Benedict Cumberbatch for his role in The Imitation Game, and Benedict Cumberbatch was nominated for a Golden Globe, and he was at the Golden Globes last night. But there are a few others. Matthew McConaughey for Interstellar. I think he should certainly be considered for an award. I definitely think he should be considered for an award, and that's an outstanding film, and it'll be interesting to see whether that gets any nominations for Best Picture. Now, Boyhood is a film that I still have to go and see. I'm not actually sure whether it has actually come out. I think it has. I think it's come out. In fact, I posted a trailer to Hard Ass Movies only about an hour ago, so it must have been out, but I haven't seen it yet, Boyhood. And Boyhood took the most awards at the Golden Globes last night. So I've still yet to see that. It seems a very, very interesting film. I think it charts basically a boy's development through boyhood, hence to adulthood. I think that's the basic premise of the film. Now, some people would think that probably doesn't sound very interesting, but you never know what you get from a film. Some films may surprise you, more than you think, because there are certain films that you see. Like last night, I watched Predestination. That's the film, Predestination, which was Ethan Hawke starred in the film, along with a few other actors who, to be honest, actually weren't that familiar. And it was a futuristic film, and it was quite interesting. Not overly long, I think probably just maybe 90 minutes plus. But it was a very, very interesting film. And so you never know what you're going to find in a film. But, so the award season is here, and it'll be interesting to see what gets considered. Now, I personally, I've got a little beef which I'm going to throw out there today, and I'd love to know what you all think about this. I always get a little cheesed off when a lot of the so-called blockbusters never get considered for Oscars or awards. So it's like people have this assumption that if something is popular, it's rubbish. So you take the Harry Potter franchise, they never really did very well at all at the Academy Awards. Yet they're an amazing franchise and amazing films. Yes, there were flaws, and that's for another video. But they were amazing films, but they never got considered for... I doubt The Hobbit will be considered for Oscars. Maybe it might be considered for makeup and some of the smaller Academy Awards. But it's very, very rare that the blockbuster films get considered. There have only been very, 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 very few, like Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Very, very few, huge blockbuster films get considered because people automatically think if they are blockbusters, they're rubbish. But if you go and you look at the top 100 films of all time, in fact, the top 100 grossing figures of the movies that have made the most money of the last 40 years, I guarantee you'll be looking at titles such as E.T., Star Wars, real, blockbuster films that would fill cinema, for weeks. But a lot of these don't get considered. Obviously, E.T. was considered, but there are so many films that don't get considered. Like Spider-Man. I actually did enjoy The Amazing Spider-Man. I enjoyed the first one more than the second one, but I think they're great films. Captain America, Thor. I seem to be erring on the side of superhero films, but it's not just superhero films. Wolf of Wall Street obviously was in the awards last year, along with the Dallas Buyers Club. So there are all kinds of films out there. So me personally, this season I'll be rooting for Interstellar. So hopefully Interstellar will pick up some awards. But I'd love to know what you all think out there about films, because it always annoys me. Because it's the same with books. It's the same with books. I was saying only today that J.K. Rowling gets absolutely slagged off time and time again for her Harry Potter Chronicles, which were amazing books, and there's probably very, very few families who probably don't have a J.K. Rowling, snuck away somewhere in their attic or basement or bookshelf. But they get absolutely criticised because people think they have no critical acclaim. They're not well-written books, and they're kind of, they're popular books. They're written, for the populace. Therefore, they're not these kind of... People think that you have to be all thought-provoking and deep and searching with your literature. Just the same way as you have to be deep thinking and searching with your film. That's not the case at all. It is possible to have a great film that's just a great film. It's a great enjoyable film. And even, it doesn't have to kind of like... remind you of your childhood or take you to some place which you've never been taken before. It can just, you can just enjoy it. And people get very snobby, and I'm not a snob, and, I don't think there should be snobbery in creativity. Because you take something like, the film about the North Korean president. The film actually escapes me at the moment, but it's the film about the title escapes me at the moment, but it's the film about the Korean president that everybody's going mad about, and it's been on the internet and everywhere, and it's the biggest selling film. I don't think it really does escape me, and it's a shame, because I'd love to mention the title, but it's a rubbish film. It's an absolute rubbish film, and people kind of get up in arms. A film about an assassination of the North Korean president, and people are surprised that it's not going to cheese people off. People are surprised that it's not going to cheese people off. A film gets made in America about the North Korean president, a fictitious assassination attempt of the North Korean president, and the film's rubbish, and it's already been considered, or put up there for Razzies, which is the big awards for rubbish films that are considered, with no artistic merit at all. And I have no doubt that the film has no artistic merit. But, people would say, well, you have the right to create crap. Your film doesn't have to be, as I said before, deep searching and to take you all over the place and to be considered for every award and make you cry and make you think and educate you in some way. No, a film can be just good. A film can just be exciting. A film can be just wonderful, and a film can be just crap, because there are many films that are just crap. And I suppose creativity can go in any direction, and people should acknowledge the fact that creativity can go in any direction. So it's, as much as it's somebody's right to make a thought-provoking, interesting film, it's somebody's right to make an unthought-provoking crap film. So I'd love to know what you think. Post comments below, subscribe, and I'll speak to you again. Give me your opinions. What would you like to see considered in the awards this year? What would you have liked to have seen considered in past awards? What's your favourite film? What's your most rubbish film you've ever seen? You know, Joe versus the Volcano is mine, and it's probably one of the few films that I've ever considered walking out of. And I didn't walk out of it, but I seriously considered walking out of it with my partner at the time, and actually I'm sure that we were actually the only ones actually in the cinema around 3:30 in the afternoon. Joe versus the Volcano, so I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. But leave your comments below and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. This has been Hard Ass Reviews. This has also been Jeff Cummings, and you all take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye for now.